Hello, my soul tribe, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today's pick a card reading is all about what are my spiritual gifts / talents. So obviously you may have very many spiritual gifts and talents, especially if you're like an older soul. So this is just all about what they could be, what realm they could possibly be in. You know, maybe you're clairvoyant, maybe claircognizant, maybe clairaudient. This pick a card reading today is just all about kind of pinning down exactly what you may be gifted in spiritually. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And I will give you guys a 60-second meditation in real time. So the first 30 seconds there will be no crystals in the cards, and the last 30 seconds I will put crystals in the cards. That way you guys can just kind of meditate on the piles and see whichever one is intuitively speaking to you. So this is a general reading. You may not resonate with everything that is within the pile that you have picked. So I ask that you guys keep that in mind. And I really do hope that this card reading brings you guys some clarity, maybe a little bit more understanding about your spiritual gifts or talents. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and let's just get into this 60-second meditation. That way you guys don't have to pause the video, and I will leave the timestamps down below for each pile after you have picked a pile for yourself. Okay, so let's just get started. All right, you guys, and now I have put crystals on each of the piles here. So again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. This is amethyst, clear quartz, black obsidian, and rose quartz. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds to meditate on each of these piles with the crystals on them, starting now. Okay, you guys, so now that 60-second meditation is done, hopefully that was enough time for you guys to pick a pile. If not, you can always pause the video and meditate for as long as you need to intuitively connect with one of these piles here. Feel free to pick one pile or more than one pile. Like I said, it's very common for people to have several different spiritual gifts and talents. So whichever piles are speaking to you, go ahead and pick those. And thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and let's jump in straight to pile number 1. All right, in pile number 1, let's take a look at your cards for what are your spiritual gifts / talents. So the very first card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles. And the next card is the Magician. The next card here is the Empress. And the very last of the tarot cards that we have here is the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so immediately the first thing that I noticed was the element of earth playing a huge role in this spread, my pile number 1. I do want to say this is a general reading, so take what you can from this, take what resonates with you within this message. So the very first thing, like I said, that I saw was a huge amount of earth energy within this spread. We have 2 Pentacles cards here. Then we have the Empress, who is Mother Nature, Mother Gaia herself. And then we have the Magician card, somebody who works with all of the elements. And so what I really got from that was, while the earth energy and earth magic may be extremely strong in this spread here, I see you as somebody who is surrounded by magic, not just earth magic. I do see that earth magic is something where that probably comes very natural to you. You're probably somebody that can easily work with the elements of earth, work with nature, work with animals, work with crystals, rocks, work with the energy of the heavens and the cosmos. I see you as somebody being very tuned in to energy all around you, not just within the earth, but all around you. You're very sensitive. We may even be able to push this and say you're an empath. But definitely, as far as sensing energy, you have that on lock. With the Nine of Pentacles here, I saw somebody, like I said, surrounded by magic everywhere. I didn't just, even though the Nine of Pentacles, she's somebody who's very sensual. She's a very, earthy woman, a very earthy individual is the energy behind this Nine of Pentacles here. I'm still seeing somebody within this Nine of Pentacles that is just surrounded by magic. There is magic all around you, not just within the earth, but it's within the air. It's, if you like working with the element of water, I can see you as somebody that works with the element of water or fire or air or earth. It's really up to you. But like I said, I'm seeing that earth magic and working with earth, working with Mother Nature is probably what comes natural to you, or comes the easiest, or is the most powerful for you. So another thing that I saw with this Nine of Pentacles is you're probably somebody that can take a walk with like your dog, or just take a walk in a park and come across certain flowers and plants and herbs and things like that, that you're like, oh, that would be interesting. And, you know, I should take that back home. And you can find things within your environment, just like small plants and things like that, or branches or things that may have fallen or just kind of laying scattered around in your environment, like in the outdoor environment around you, like locally. And you can probably just pick that up, take it back home and perform rituals or do spell work with it, or manifest things into your life with these different elements that you're working with, because you're just somebody, like I said, I see you surrounded by magic. You can literally use just about anything. And for me, that let me know that you're somebody who is not necessarily just only connected to earth magic, because I'm somebody, me personally, I enjoy working with the element of earth and fire the most, because my rising and my sun is a earth sign and my moon is in fire. So it makes sense. But I'm seeing you as somebody who is not only just able to work with the earth magic, but you're somebody who is not just grounded, but you're somebody who's also very connected, in the upper realms or in the higher realms. And I didn't really know how to say this, but it's just like the magician here. You can see him pointing up to the heavens and down to the earth. That's because he is this conductor and conveyor of energy. He is somebody who is tapped into the heavens, and he is somebody that is tapped into the earth, this grounded energy. So he's somebody who can pull energy from the cosmos, pull energy from the divine, use his body, use his own self, use his own physical body as an outlet and as a conveyor of this energy to materialize and manifest the environment and the reality that he wants. So for me, that let me know, like I said, that you're somebody who is very tuned into the higher realms as well, not just the earth realm. I see you working with earth magic, but I'm also seeing you tapped into the higher realms, tapped into the magic of the cosmos and the heavens and the divine and what's going on up there. We are all influenced and affected by the energy that goes on within the cosmos and within the planets. But the thing is that with you, because you are so sensitive to energy, you're somebody who you might notice yourself. Even your life could be going great, right? Your life could be in a great place. This is the happiest you could ever be, right? I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying I see it, but I'm just using it as an example. Your life could be in an amazing space right now, and you still may find yourself having the issue of, I still don't know how I'm going to wake up from day to day. I don't know how I'm going to feel from day to day. And you could be somebody that works on balancing themselves, works on balancing their energies and their emotions and their mental psyche and, their physical body. You could be somebody that really works and focuses on balance, but you still have an issue with like, I don't know why I woke up feeling this way today. That's because you were so extremely tuned into the energy around you that you even pick up on the energy in the other realms. You pick up on energy in the higher realms within the cosmos, what's going on up there. So you're somebody who, even at night, as you're asleep and as the planets and the heavens are moving and transiting into different signs and houses and interacting with each other, it's actually affecting you. It's affecting your energy. It's having a pull on your own energy field. And that's why you may wake up from time to time or wake up from day to day and be like, I had a great day yesterday. Why the hell am I feeling like this? Well, it's just because, like I said, you're so extremely sensitive to energy and so in tune with the energy that exists around you. You're also somebody who you see yourself as a part of the collective. You see yourself as a part of the whole is what I'm seeing. This may only resonate with a few of you, but like I said, take whatever it is that actually resonates within you. But I am seeing that you're somebody who you realize that we are all one. You don't look at humans as necessarily individuals. You don't look at animals necessarily as their own kind of species. You see everything connected. You see connection in all things. And I think that is what makes you so tuned in and so spiritually gifted. Another thing that I did want to say as well, I got a lot within this spread, but another thing that I did want to say as well is that I feel as though you have very many spiritual talents and gifts because of this magician card here. Like I said, he has all the elements that he needs to work with on his table. He has the cup, the pentacles, the sword, and the wands. So he has everything it is that he needs. And for me, that is alluding to you have very many spiritual gifts and talents. And so you might be saying, well, how do I know which one is, how do I know which gifts and talents I have? Well, one thing that I did see here with the Empress is her crown. If you notice her crown here, her crown is adorned with 12 different stars, which is representative of the 12 different astrological signs in the zodiac. And that tells me that you have a talent or a natural talent or a natural gift with astrology, with the planets, with the stars, with space, the things that are going on out there in the cosmos. Either you have a natural talent and a gift for it, so you pick up on astrology very easily or very well, or you're just naturally drawn to astrology. But one thing that I was feeling very strongly with this Empress card here is that astrology is going to be a way for you to discover, awaken, and activate very many of your spiritual gifts and talents is what I heard. And I heard it very clearly. Astrology is going to be a way for you to really unlock what your spiritual gifts and talents are. So even if you don't necessarily like astrology, I would say it's a really good idea to maybe get a birth chart assessment, get somebody to interpret your birth chart. I don't offer birth chart readings just yet. But yeah, I definitely see that, getting a reading of your natal chart or an assessment of your natal chart is going to really help you discover a lot of aspects about yourself, because astrology for me was a huge game changer. And it was one thing that made me realize exactly what my spiritual gifts and talents are. And astrology was something that I've been into for years, since I was 15. I'm 27 now. So it's been like a good 12, almost 13 years. But it was something that I didn't heavily get into astrology until about a year ago. And when I really started learning about it, and I really started to uncover exactly how to read a birth chart, I started to discover and uncover a lot of different hidden aspects and talents and gifts within my own life. And it revealed so much to me. And that's what I feel like astrology is going to do for my pile number ones here. Is astrology is really going to highlight and show you exactly what your natural gifts and talents are, or your spiritual gifts and talents. I also see here as well that with this 5 of Pentacles, that you're somebody who can actually take your spiritual gifts and talents and turn it into a business and help others. So you can actually make money off your spiritual gifts and talents, as well as with this 9 of Pentacles here. This is somebody who she worked very hard to build the life up that she has for herself, this luxurious life that she has. So I'm seeing that you could actually take your spiritual talents and turn it into a business and make money from it and actually help people and help others, help yourself as well, but definitely help others, help the world, help humanity, help Mother Nature. I think as well that environmentalism may be a natural gift for you. You may be very called to helping animals and things like that. That goes a little bit more into your life purpose instead of your natural, or instead of your spiritual gifts. But I do believe that animals, communicating with animals, feeling, sensing, picking up on animals and picking up on nature in general, trees, plants, crystals, stones, bodies of water, things like that, even being in your, even being around certain environments, being around certain people, being in certain areas. I'm seeing that you're just somebody who has a natural gift for discernment. You're someone that can pick up on the energy around them, the energy in the room, the energy of the person, the energy of an experience or a situation. You are very good at going, oh, this doesn't feel right, or this does feel right, or this feels like this, or this person feels like that. You're somebody who has a natural gift within that as well. I'm seeing, let me see what else I'm saying before I get to your oracle cards. Yeah, you're very surrounded by magic. You have very many spiritual gifts. You may have even lived very many lives at this point, and that may be why you're also having, or why you also have so many gifts. I do also want to say too that I was getting the sense that you may be claircognizant. Let me see. Oh, manifestation, I believe, is another spiritual gift and talent of yours. Everybody is able to manifest, but some people are able to manifest a little bit easier, a little bit quicker than others, because their mind, they have so much control over their minds. Oh yeah, that's another thing I definitely wanted to say that I almost forgot to say, is that I'm seeing you being very mentally aware and being very mentally in control. So I see that for you. Like, that's why I believe that you're a manifester who could really easily manifest whatever reality and whatever environment they want, because like I said, you're so connected in your crown chakra as well. You're connected to this earth energy, as well as you're connected to the higher realms. You're connected through this crown chakra as well, and you're like this conductor of energy and this conductor of magic. So I'm seeing you being very mentally strong as well. And honestly, it takes mental strength to be a magician. It takes mental strength to manifest. It takes mental strength to believe in something that we cannot tangibly interact with. It takes mental strength to have faith and to believe in things that we cannot see and interact with the five senses with. So I'm seeing that, honestly, if you just have mental acuity and if you just have mental awareness, and if you are somebody that is very mentally strong and believes with all their heart, you can make anything happen. But I'm seeing that that's a natural gift of yours, that you already know, like mentally, like I can make things happen if I really want to. If I really put my mind to it, I can make this thing happen. If I really want to be clairvoyant, I can be clairvoyant. If I really want to interpret dreams, I can interpret dreams. If I really want to be able to see into other dimensions, I can. Like, that's what I'm seeing with you with this infinity symbol. I'm really kind of saying that, like, your spiritual gifts and capabilities are not limited. They're very unlimited. They are very vast, and you have very many of them. I'm almost saying, in a sense, that you could have pretty much any sort of spiritual gift that you wanted if you put your mind to it. If you told yourself that you wanted a certain spiritual gift or talent, I believe that you could manifest it just like that, like no problem at all. I believe that you totally could. And I think that that's why I'm like, with my pile number 1 here, I'm like, I'm seeing so many spiritual gifts. Like I said, I'm seeing claircognizance. I'm seeing manifesting being a very easy thing for you. I'm seeing you working very easily and very powerfully with earth magic. As well as I'm seeing you being a sensitive, maybe even an empath, but it's like I'm seeing so many other gifts. You probably receive a lot of messages and visions and things like that from the spiritual realm as well. For me, what I feel is though with pile number 1, if you are, because also, I don't know what point of your spiritual journey you're at right now in your life. You might not be spiritual at all. But I do believe that it honestly really doesn't matter. I really do believe that if you put your mind to it, if you have enough awareness to realize that I can put my mind to something and create it, because you are this manifester. You're such a powerful manifester. So for me, like I said, I'm seeing somebody that can honestly be gifted in very, very, very many things. So it's really all just about how much do you have faith in yourself and in your own abilities and in your own power. That's really all it comes down to for pile number 1 for me. So let's just get to your oracle cards really quickly here and see what we got. The very first one that we have here, like I said, flowers. Yes, I see you working with herbs, plants, flowers, crystals, rocks, stones, things of Mother Nature. We have career change here. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. Yeah, like I said, I'm seeing you very able to use your spiritual gifts and talents as a way and a means to make money financially. I could totally see you taking your spiritual gifts and talents and turning them into a business. Wow, you guys, the next one that we have here is Gaia, nurturing. Gaia, mother Gaia, Mother Earth. This is funny. So we have basically 2 Mother Earth cards here. The next one that we have here is Island, Solitude. The next one that we have is Standstill. And the very last card that we have here is Clear Your Space. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. So that's very interesting. Standstill and island solitude here for me means that for you, being alone, being to yourself, really discovering yourself is what's going to unlock a lot of your spiritual capabilities, gifts, and talents. And that's exactly what I was seeing within the tarot spread here. So I'm really happy to see it within the oracle cards to really kind of confirm that. Gaia here, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, flowers that we have here. So this is several different cards alluding to the fact that you have a very natural gift and power within using the element of earth in your magic, in your rituals, in your manifestation. Earth magic is something that is extremely powerful for you. I mean, even the oracle cards, we have flowers and Gaia nurturing, which is Mother Earth. We have Clear Your Space. I also believe that this has to do with standstill and island solitude, being alone to yourself to really tap into those spiritual gifts and talents. And then career change. Like I said, I am totally saying that if you wanted to take your spiritual gifts and talents and turn them into a business, turn them into something where it's helping people, helping to support the highest and greatest good of the collective, you can totally create a luxurious life out of your spiritual gifts and talents. With this 9 of Pentacles here, like I said, she's all about living this luxurious life that she created for herself. So I'm totally seeing you being able to take your spiritual gifts and talents and turn them into a business. I'm trying to see if I'm seeing anything else here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I really think that's all I'm seeing for my pile number 1s here. But yeah, I would definitely say take some time to yourself, look into your birth chart if you have the information, maybe even do a birth chart assessment, a natal chart assessment. Pretty soon here, I'm going to start offering those to you guys if you guys are interested in natal chart assessments. I'm not offering them right yet, but pretty soon here in the future. So yeah, that's really all I'm saying for my pile number 1s. Really awesome, amazing spread. You guys are like superhuman. Like you guys are like superhumans, honestly. My pile number 1s here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm going to go on ahead and move on to my pile number 2s. All right, bye. All right, in pile number 2, let's take a look at your cards and what your spiritual gifts / talents may be. So the very first card that we have here is the 4 of Cups. The next card that we have here is the Lovers. Then the 3 of Swords. Then the Hermit. So the very first thing that I saw is, let me just say first that this is a general reading, so take whatever resonates with you within this reading. But one of the very first things that I did see was this Three of Hearts, or this Three of Swords here. And to me, what it looks like is the merging of the mind and the heart, the merging of the brain and emotions. And for me, what that meant was that you receive, a lot of messages through feeling. So you're able to kind of pick up on a person or an environment or a situation through your emotions, through what you're feeling, through what you're sensing. So you sense through feeling, you sense through emotions, and then you process it all mentally. And then you're able to kind of relay back whatever it is that's going on with a certain person or an environment. And I think that you're actually very talented with that. So for me, this looks like a person that's an empath, a very strong empath. And because I have and because of this Three of Swords here, this lets me know that you feel things very intensely. You feel things very vividly. So for you, like, you may even, let's just say, for instance, for example, in case you're not familiar with what an empath is, an empath is someone that, for example, you could be standing next to a person, and let's say that they're physically not feeling great today, right? Okay. And you may get a headache or a migraine. You may feel as though you have difficulty breathing, and that's because you're picking up on that person's physical body and the things it is that they're experiencing within their own physical body. They may have the flu, and because of that, you're experiencing headaches and a tightness in your chest where it's difficult for you to breathe. And that's what some empaths are able to do. Other empaths are able to pick up on, emotionally what a person is going through. But for me, I'm kind of seeing like you're able to pick up on definitely emotionally what a person is going through with this Four of Cups here, as well as physically, I feel as though what a person is going through, emotionally and mentally what a person is going through. I believe that you can pick up on it. Now with this Four of Cups and this Hermit card here, I'm seeing that it's very important for you to take a lot of time to yourself so that you can clearly receive these messages from the spirit realm and from your higher self, because I do believe that you are very connected to your intuition. And I don't know how far along you are in your spiritual journey, but even if you're not into spirituality just yet, and whenever the time comes where you do get into spirituality, I see you being very, 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 very connected to your spiritual team. I believe that we all have a spiritual team of helpers, like spirit guides, guardian angels, spirit animals, our ancestors, our higher self. I feel that every living being has an individual team of spiritual helpers in other realms looking out for us and helping us throughout this incarnation and throughout our lives here in this plane of existence. So for me, I'm seeing that you're somebody who, when you finally kind of tap into that spiritual aspect of yourself, you're going to probably receive and get a lot of messages, kind of almost like downloaded to you in a sense, where it's like, where did I get that information from? Like, how did I pick up on that? How did I know that? And I don't even know this person. How did I know that? And I don't even know what the situation is or what's been going on with this particular situation, but I knew exactly what was going on, or I knew exactly how it was going to play out, or I knew exactly why the situation was happening in the first place. So I do believe that for you, it's very easy for you to kind of pick up on what's going on within a person and what's going on within a situation or the environment or something like that. So I believe that physically and mentally you're very connected. Like your heart and your mind are very connected. So let me see what else I'm seeing here. But oh yeah, that's right. I do believe that you taking time alone to yourself is going to be very crucial in you receiving accurate messages from your spirit guides, because your spirit guides with this Lovers card here, they are very, 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 very present in your life, whether you realize it or not, is what I'm seeing within this Lovers card here. But the thing that's going to be so important is for you to get time to yourself. That the way you can develop this relationship with your spirit guides and with this team of spiritual helpers that you have in the other realms. Because like I said, what I'm seeing with this Lovers card here is you can see this huge angel that both of the people are looking up at. For me, what this says is that your spiritual team or your spirit guides, they are really craving for a connection, a deep connection and a strong relationship with you, so that the way they can communicate with you the things that they need and want to communicate with you. Because I do believe that you are somebody that was kind of sent here, or maybe you volunteered to come here to Earth to complete a mission. We all have a purpose and a reason for being here. But I do believe that with you, it was almost in a sense like, I believe it was almost in a sense just kind of like predestined, to where you were supposed to work very closely with spirituality and with your guides and things like that, to receive these messages, to kind of relay them back to your own life, that the way you can complete your own mission and carry out your own purpose for being here in this life. But I believe it's so very important for you to intuitively connect to those spiritual guides, because they really do want to guide you. They really do want to advise you. They really do want to help you, kind of help guide you throughout this life. And they speak to you through your feelings, through your emotions. So you probably get a lot of like weird little like tinges of energy where it's like, why did all the hair on my body just stand up? Or why did I just feel that surge of energy just now? Really pay attention to those little signs like that, those little surges of energy. Really pay attention to those little nudges. I feel like they really try to physically get into contact with you. So they may do a lot of things where they may do like a lot of they may try to interact with you physically in a lot of ways. So like I said, like a surge of energy, you may feel all the hairs on your body stand up, and it's like just out of nowhere. You might be like washing clothes or something, and then all of a sudden you get like the surge of energy and you're like, what was that? What was that for? Or you may be so used to it at this point now that you don't even really realize it anymore. But I'm telling you right now that is your spirit guides really trying to get in touch with you and really trying to get in contact with you. They're trying to get your attention so they can say, hey, I got something to say to you. I got something to say to you. I got something to say. But you really have to take that time alone to yourself to be able to hear them, because the spirit realm, they speak to us in very subtle, gentle ways of communication. So sometimes it's very easy for us to kind of breeze past what it is that they're saying, or just kind of like not acknowledge it, or not even realize, or not even having any kind of like awareness that they're trying to reach out to us, because they speak in such subtle and gentle ways. But those little tinges of energy that you might get, let me see, what else might you feel or get? Those feelings that you really get in the pit and gut of your stomach. Really listen to those, because I feel like you get a lot of premonitions. I feel as if you get a lot of like feelings where it's just like, I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't do this. And I feel like you get these feelings out of nowhere. And I think you probably second guess yourself a little bit, because you probably think that, oh, it's just me, feeling however it is I feel for whatever reason. But really pay attention to those, because I do believe very strongly that these are your spirit guides trying to get into contact with you. Another thing that I wanted to say too is that I also feel as though your experiences that you've gone through is also to help aid you in developing your spiritual gifts and talents, especially like being an empath. And that's the thing with empaths is that they go through a lot of heartache, they go through a lot of heartbreak, they go through a lot of disappointment, because they have so many lessons to learn, and it's to spread it to other people. So it's to spread these lessons to other people, but mostly it's either to spread it to other people, or so that you can learn these lessons for yourself, because you have your own purpose and your own mission to carry out within this incarnation. So really pay attention to the experiences that you've had, the memories that you've had, whatever those experiences, those memories may be, those relationships may be, those situations may be, because I do believe that maybe you went through a lot of things within your past, and that's another thing here too that I'm seeing within the cards very clearly with this Three of Swords and this Four of Cups. I believe that you went through a lot of things in your past that were very intense, maybe even difficult, maybe even painful. And I do believe that that had a lot to do with your kind of with your purpose. Like I said, that's kind of getting more so into your purpose, but I believe that it also helps to strengthen that spiritual gift that you have, because you're able to feel so deeply, because you've been in the trenches with your emotions. You've been through the highs and lows with your emotions and with your own feelings. So you're really able to tap into that, you're really able to tap into certain places within yourself where it's like, oh, I know what it is that you're going through. I've been there. And, like I said, I'm saying that here with this Four of Cups and this Three of Swords. Another thing that I really wanted to say that I think is extremely important is you really being in alignment with your spirit guides, really being in alignment with your intuition, because I feel like your intuition is speaking to you constantly. And I'm getting that with this Four of Cups. It's your intuition is always constantly speaking to you. You may even be a person who, you know, that your intuition is always speaking to you, and you kind of try to like shut it out because it's just, maybe it's a little annoying for you or irritating, because they're always kind of talking. But I feel as though they are always speaking to you. I feel as though as well you may even hear them, because with this Four of Cups, it looks like he can hear them, but he's just trying to ignore them. I don't know. It just looks like that right here with me. Like he's hearing them, but he's just like, I don't feel like hearing you right now. Like it may, like I said, you may even notice and realize that you hear your spirit guides a lot, or that you hear from the spirit realm a lot. And maybe you try to block it out because it's so much. But they really want your attention. Like I feel like they have a lot to say to you, and they speak to you in a lot of different ways. Let me see, what else am I seeing here? I feel like they also speak to you through your experiences, through your life experiences. I feel like a lot of your life experiences, and I kind of touched on this already a little bit, but I feel like a lot of your life experiences was a way for your spirit guides to speak with you and connect with you. Because I feel like a lot of the things that you have gone through was just kind of to get your attention, and kind of to get your awareness, and to kind of get you to really connect and align within yourself, to kind of align that heart and that emotion dialogue that you have going on here, that not heart and emotion, but the your heart and your mind. I feel like a lot of your past experiences happened so that the way you could align your emotions and your mind, because like I said, I believe that they speak to you through your life experiences as well. And that's how they get a lot of your attention, is through these feelings that you get, and maybe even the things that you hear. So let's take a look at your oracle cards here. The very first one that we have here is Taming the Wind. Such a pretty card. And this talks all about creativity. And we do have the Four of Cups here. Cups does talk about being or creating something, being a creative individual. And even though the Four of Cups, it doesn't necessarily talk about creativity too much, the Suit of Cups talks about creativity. The next one that we have here is the Heart of Sky. This also talks about creativity as well. It talks about actually using creativity as an outlet, because you feel so much, you have so much going on within your life and within your body, or within your mind, or within your emotions, and using creativity as an outlet to kind of express yourself. The next one that we have here is Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Okay. Could be another one of your natural gifts or talents here. The next one that we have is Author. All right, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Yeah. So you are somebody that definitely has a very colorful life, or has had a very colorful past. And that's what I was seeing as well, is like a lot of the things that you've gone through in your past are kind of ways for your spirit guides to talk to you, so that you can learn a lot of lessons, and maybe even spread those lessons to other people. You have the Teacher card here. The next card that we have is Wolf. Instinct. Yeah, so you have these are like natural gifts for you. you being able to hear and sense and feel, these are very natural things for you. So this may be something that you're very actually acquainted with within your life. And this may be something that you've been experiencing for so long that you don't even realize that it's an actual like spiritual gift or talent. You may just think like, oh, this is just me just hearing stuff again, like, or, oh, that's just me just feeling stuff again. But it's not just you being you. This is a spiritual gift. This was a gift from the divine to you so that you could carry out your own mission and purpose in this life. And then the last card that we have here, you guys, is clairaudience. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Yeah. So that's what I was seeing here with this Four of Cups, is I was seeing somebody that, like, it almost seems like they hear a lot. They hear from the spirit realm a lot, and they're just like, oh, not again, not again. Like, can I ever just get a moment of peace and quiet? It's like, and then we have the Hermit card here as well. We have the Hermit card here as well, where I see the Hermit card could also be talking about sometimes you just want to get away from the noise. Sometimes you just want to get away from the spirit realm trying to contact you. That could also be saying that. But I was taking it as, you know, spending time with yourself is probably what really gets them like a kind of like overactively trying to reach out to you or communicate with you. So yeah, I mean, we have two cards here that talk about a creative outlet. Then we have two cards here that talk about teaching and writing. And then we have a clairaudience. So yeah, I definitely do believe that a lot of your life experiences have been here to help strengthen your spiritual gifts, so that the way that you learn to, I think a lot of your spiritual, or I think a lot of your experiences, we're here to kind of teach you how to connect with your intuition. That the way you can more clearly and more accurately and more easily hear what it is that they're trying to communicate to you. Because I do believe that they try to communicate to you a lot. And clairaudience, like for this card to just like pop out for this spread, clairaudience, you being able to hear from the spirit realm, is something that is probably very, very prevalent in your life. And sometimes it may come across as like, me personally, I hear a lot. So, but for me, I hear it with my own voice. It sounds like it's my own thoughts kind of talking to me, even though these like thoughts kind of come from absolutely nowhere at all. Like, there's certain thoughts that just come to my mind where it's just like, I should not be able to know this about this person or about this situation. There's no way I should be able to know about this. And that's how I know that it's coming from my spirit guides. It's coming from spirit. It's coming from source. So don't doubt yourself, because this is definitely like just a part of your spiritual gifts and talents here, is you being able to hear, you being able to feel, you being able to receive, is one of your spiritual gifts. So let me see if I'm seeing anything else for you. My pile number 2. No, I don't think I'm seeing anything else for you guys. But yeah, this is actually a really fun spread to do. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to go on ahead and move on to pile number 3, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. All right, and pile number 3, let's take a look at your cards and what your spiritual gifts / talents may be. So the very first card that we have here is the Knight of Cups. The very next card that we have is the Three of Cups. Then the Fool. And then the Nine of Wands. Well, first, let me just say this is a general reading, so take whatever resonates with you within this reading. But the first thing that I saw very strongly here is that you are somebody who can take energy and literally transform it. So I saw you being able to take energy, and whether it's negative or positive, and turn it into whatever it is you want it to turn it into. I see you as someone that's able to harness energy and use it in your own way. But I see also that you're somebody, here with this Three of Cups, I see also that you're somebody who is a very bright light. You live your life with so much vivacity. Like you're just somebody who lives life to the fullest, like every single day. And you're just someone with this like natural light. You're always smiling, you're always laughing, you're always having a good time. And you're someone who's able to always see the glass half full in a sense. So for me, that registers as someone that has a very, 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 very bright light. And this is one of your spiritual gifts, is the fact that you are a light worker. I guess we could say that you're a light worker. You're somebody who has this very bright light, someone who has that operates at a very high vibrational frequency and is able to someone who operates at a very high vibrational frequency is able to take other energies around them and lift them up to their vibrational frequency. Because when you're operating at a very high vibrational frequency, you're not able to be around other energies that are not operating on your same level. Either you're going to align their energy with yours, or somebody's going to leave the room or walk away, because there has to be alignment. And so I see that with you. You take energy and you transform it into light. You transform it into positivity. You transform it into love. You're able to take these real low vibrational frequencies and emotions and feelings and transmute them into something powerful and beautiful and positive and light and of love. And that is, I feel, is one of your very strong spiritual gifts here, is that you're a light worker. You're somebody that really came here to spread light to others, to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet and of humanity. With this 9 of Wands here, I see you really being able to get through to people that are otherwise maybe cynical or maybe even a little bit negative. I see you really being able to get through to them, because with the Fool card here, I'm just seeing you just being so completely blind and not even like acknowledging like boundaries, but not in a bad way. I'm just seeing like, there's a lot of people out there that are very spiritual, and they don't necessarily share their wisdom and share their truth with others that don't seem as though they'd be open to hear it. It's like, well, you don't seem like you'd really believe in the same stuff that I believe in. So I'm not even going to try to explain to you the things that I believe in and the things that I see and the things that I feel. But with you, you're just so kind of blind to people's opinions. Either you don't care, or you just don't really see it. It doesn't really faze you, because like I said, you're operating at such a high vibrational frequency. So for you, you don't really see or pay much attention to people's I guess you could say boundaries, but I really don't want to use that word because it sounds like bad. It sounds like you just like overstep boundaries all the time. And that's not at all what I'm getting at. Like for me, like you're just somebody that operates at such a high vibrational frequency that you're almost in your own world a lot of the time, where it's just like, you don't really notice when like people aren't, you don't really notice people that are cynical or that don't believe. Like, you don't care if people don't believe. You don't care if people are cynical. You have such a bright light that exists within you, that is shined so brightly and so powerfully that you're almost not even able to see the vibrational frequencies that others are operating on, because it's like it almost doesn't matter, because either way you're going to pull them up to your vibrational frequency. You're going to pull them up to your level that you're operating at. So you might be a person where people will talk to you, like maybe they'll call you a lot for advice. They'll call you a lot for your opinion. People reach out to you a lot of the times asking, what do you think I should do about this? What do you think I should do about that? Or you may just find yourself where like people just love to talk to you about the things it is that they're going through. People just feel like they have a safe space with you and a safe place with you where they can just be honest and just let their heart out and let their emotions out and just vent and just tell you everything that's going on. Because after a person speaks to you, it's like they just feel so much better. So you may even have like, people may have told you before, like, man, like every time I talk to you, after I talk to you, I'm feeling so much better, or I'm feeling so different, or I'm feeling as if like, I'm feeling like I have more strength, or I'm feeling happier. Like before I called you, I was in such like a bad place, but after speaking to you, like I feel like I can take on the day. Like I just feel a lot better, and that's because of that exchange of energy. They're taking on your energy. They're taking on that light energy that you have, where they are able to kind of take that energy it is that you're kind of that you exude, that high vibrational frequency, and they take it and it fuels other people. It fuels people that are operating at lower vibrational frequencies, that are going through things that are intense, or going through things that are kind of negative, or maybe these people aren't very positive about life in the first place, and you give them a reason and you give them a want to be more positive. You make people want to be more positive. You make people want to operate at a higher vibrational frequency. You make people happy. You make people smile just by you smiling and being happy and operating at this level. So another thing that I did want to say though is that with this 9 of Wands, another thing that I'm seeing is sometimes is going to be very necessary for you to set boundaries with not just people, not just the living, but possibly even souls that have passed on, in case I just see you being like a flame, and the energies around you being like moths, and they're just drawn to you. So it doesn't really, to me, matter. To me, there's not much of a separation between the living and souls that have passed on. I feel as if you just kind of attract very many different energies to you. So like I said, it could be living as well as souls that have passed on here. So, but I am saying with this 9 of Wands here that you are going to definitely need to set boundaries and create boundaries. That the way you're not getting drained too much. Because while being a light worker is amazing, the thing is that it's a very draining job, and it's a thankless job, and it's a job where you are constantly giving away your own energy, because you have such a huge, like almost infinite amount of this light energy that you can give to others. But the thing is that you do need to replenish it from time to time. So if you don't have some sort of boundaries set in place where it's like, okay, it's after 7 p.m. I'm not going to accept any more phone calls. I'm not going to do anything else where I'm kind of counseling or advising people, because like now I just need some time and space for me. That's going to be very, 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 very important for you, because like I said, with you being a light worker, it's very easy for you to get drained a lot of the time. For me personally, I'm not exactly sure if I'm a light worker, but I do know with me being an empath and with me being a sensitive, I know that with me kind of picking up on the different energies around me, it's extremely draining. So I spend a lot of time alone just to kind of replenish my own energy supply. And I also kind of lead with a way where it's like I don't offer too much of myself all the time anymore, just because I now understand my energy levels. I now understand my own spiritual gifts, and it's so important to really protect yourself when you are dealing with energies, and when you are, everybody's spiritually gifted and everybody has spiritual capabilities. But when you are a light worker, it's so important to be able to set those boundaries for yourself to make sure you're not getting depleted to the point where your own energy levels are suffering, and where your vibrational frequency is suffering, or is kind of being pulled down, because you're just giving so much of yourself away. You're giving so much of your energy away. So important to create boundaries. And maybe you already kind of have created boundaries. That could also be what this 9 of Wands is saying here. And that's a good thing. So boundaries is definitely a good thing. And don't feel guilty about setting these boundaries. It's another thing. Light workers, you guys have such a difficult time saying like, no, I can't help you right now, because it's literally you guys' mission here in this incarnation is to help people, to spread that light, spread that joy, spread that happiness, and raise the vibrational frequency of people. But that is not to say that you're not human, and that's not to say that you don't need time to yourself, like I said, to replenish your own energy levels. So don't feel guilty, and don't feel ashamed about saying no, or about just feeling like I don't feel like being bothered right now. I don't feel like being I don't feel like being around people right now, because I could also see that being said with this Nine of Wands here, where it's like, man, somebody called me again, and or somebody caught me on my way out when I was just leaving, and it's like, crap, like now I gotta sit here and, you know, advise them, and don't feel guilty about that. You are human. It is natural for you to get tired. Humans need rest. Even God rested on the seventh day. You know what I mean? So people need rest too. Humans need rest. And it's like I said, it's going to be extremely important for you to make sure that you are honoring your own energy levels. So extremely important, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle cards here. I don't believe that I'm seeing anything else. One more thing I think that also I'm seeing is that you're going to draw people a lot. Like I said, you're going to draw so many different energies to you. People are just going to be so drawn to your light that you're going to have so many different people just always around you, always trying to be up under you, always trying to be in your presence because people feel better. So just be very careful about knowing what energies are around you. About knowing who's around you, because like I said, you're going to draw very many different types of energies to you. So that may be the good, if you want to say good energies, as well as the more so negative or lower vibrational energies. So like energy vampires or just lower vibrational entities. So be very, very, very careful about that. Okay. But I do see you being very protected here. Let me just say that before I get onto the oracle cards. I do see you being extremely protected with this Fool card. I'm just seeing him being so protected because, like you see, he's about to walk off a cliff. And I have a feeling that the Fool probably did stumble off a cliff, but he ended up perfectly fine with not even a scratch on him. So I do believe that you are very, very protected as light workers are, you know, they have such an important job. So the very first card that we have here is the Curse. Ooh, yeah, that's what I was saying about this Nine of Wands here. Your gift is your spiritual talent is a gift as well as a curse, because sometimes, like I said, you may get so depleted that you might not even feel like yourself because you're giving so much of your energy away. So be very careful about the energies that you have around you. Be very careful about taking care of yourself. It is so extremely important for you to take care of yourself. Light workers, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to prioritize yourself. And it's so difficult for you guys to do that because you guys just want to help so badly. But it is so extremely important for you guys to prioritize yourself first. The next card that we have here is Iceberg, Submerged. Yeah, that for me lets me know, just don't get too caught up in everyone else's stuff. Make sure that you are taking time for yourself to separate yourself from all these other energies. So important. The next card that we have here is Writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. So writing may be a natural talent for you as well. The next card that we have here is Gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Yes, be very careful about who is in your environment. You guys, these oracle cards, I swear I do not pick them. These are just your spirit guides trying to scream a message at you through the cards, okay? And the very last card that we have here is Moon Cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Yeah, so that lets me know right there that your energy levels are constantly waxing and waning. Everyone's is, but especially for my pile number 3 here, if you've intuitively picked pile number 3, I'm pretty sure that you're a light worker and your energy levels are very they move around and they fluctuate a lot dependent upon the type of energies in your environment. That's why it is so extremely important to be sensitive, to be aware, and to have discernment with the type of energies around you and the type of environment that you find yourself in, because like I said, is really going to affect you a lot more than the average person, because you're a light worker and you're constantly giving your energy away. That's why you have this eternal source of light to give to people, But like I said, that eternal source needs to get replenished from time to time. Just because you have an eternal source doesn't mean that the levels don't fluctuate. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you have a source that's never going to burn out or die out, but it doesn't mean that these levels don't fluctuate, okay? So be very, 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 very careful and aware of who you're around and what you're around, what you are consuming your body with, what you are physically eating, what you're physically consuming, what you're putting on your body, what you're putting inside your body, the type of people that you're around, the TV that you watch, the songs that you hear. Be very, very, very careful about all of the things that you come into contact with, because your spiritual self, your energetic field, your soul, whatever it is you want to call it, your astral body, whatever it is you want to call it, higher self, is really just like a magnet to all these energies. And it's really just kind of sucking out all the negative and dark energies that is in the world and in the planet. Because like I said, you're a light worker, so you're operating at such a high vibrational frequency that you do not do well with negative or low vibrational energies. Either you get rid of them or you pull them up to your level. So you're a magnet for energies all around you. And just to be very, very, very careful about the energies that you surround yourself with. Okay, so that is all I believe that I am seeing for my pile number 3s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will be back next time. All right, bye guys. All right, in pile number 4, let's take a look at your cards to find out what some of your spiritual gifts and talents may be. So the very first card that we have here is the 3 of Wands. The next card that we have here is the 2 of Wands. Then the Tower. And then the 8 of Pentacles. So, this 3 and this 2 of Wands here, I saw very clearly someone that's able to see. So with me, this looks like someone that is a clairvoyant, because there's 2 cards here where someone's looking out kind of like over the horizon and someone's looking at a globe in their hands. And then even here with this 8 of Pentacles, we have this guy looking down at the work that he's doing. So for me, this was this alluded to someone that uses their eyes or their mind's eye a lot. So yeah, you may be somebody that uses your eyes or your mind's eye a lot. You may get a lot of visions. You may get a lot of images. You may see certain things out in nature when you're just out and about that kind of just resonate with you for whatever reason. So notice those little things that you may see, or just recognize those things that like just really stand out to you for whatever reason. That could be like an insect, it could be an animal, it could be a person, it could be a scene in a movie, it could really be anything where it is that like you see something and you connect with it. If you connect with something that you've seen, really pay attention to that, because that, I believe, is one of the ways that spirit speaks to you and gives you messages. Another thing that I did see with this Tower card here is that I also believe that you're somebody that gets premonitions. And when I say premonitions, I mean like maybe omens, maybe things that people don't necessarily want to know about or hear. You may get certain feelings where it's just like something's wrong with someone that you know, or something's about to happen, maybe that's not very good. You may get those just very strong feelings of something is going on or something is happening and I don't like it. Another thing as well is you may also be somebody who sees apparitions or who even sees entities. And when I am looking at this card within the spread here, I'm seeing it may scare you right now, what it is that you're experiencing, or maybe it scared you in the past, or it may be something that you just really just don't understand because these experiences maybe started happening out of nowhere. But either way, it's these things that you're seeing, they're things that maybe I guess you could say, it depends on how you look at it, but the things for me that you're seeing are things where it's like premonitions of someone maybe passing away, or premonitions of someone's in danger, or premonitions of yourself, like maybe I shouldn't go down this road, or maybe I shouldn't talk to this person, or maybe I shouldn't do this thing or do that thing, or, you know, I feel that you get a lot of feelings about what not to do, or I feel as though you get a lot of feelings about something bad that's happening or going on or that's about to happen. Another thing is too that I see with the Tower is that you may also have a very thin veil between this dimension and the next one. So you may even see certain entities that scare you. So you may even see like spirits or ghosts of souls that have passed on. Or you may see lower vibrational energies and entities, things like demons, I guess, if that's something that you believe in. So you could see things that, either way, you could see things, these things that you're experiencing and seeing. I think they may frighten you a bit, or they may just really catch you off guard. I don't know why, but I just got in my mind's eye, I just literally saw sleep paralysis. So you may also suffer from sleep paralysis, and that may be a time where you see and experience a lot of your things is at night here, because the Tower, you know, we can see this happening at night. And I don't know why, but I definitely just saw sleep paralysis. So I want to say that might not resonate with very many of you. So that this is a general reading. So take whatever it is that does resonate with you within this message here. But for those of you, it may only resonate with a very small amount of you, like I was saying, but I did see sleep paralysis as I was staring at this Tower card just now here. So sleep paralysis, dreams, you may have a lot of dreams or nightmares even that end up kind of coming true. So, you know, I think that your gift is something for you that is like, it's terrifying. It's something for you where you don't necessarily enjoy it a lot. Because a lot of the things that you see may be dark things. They may be things where they frighten you. They may be things where it's like, I don't understand what the hell I just saw. Like, what the hell was that? You know, it's like kind of one of those things. You may also see a lot of things out of the corner of your eye as well, I do want to say. And with this Eight of Pentacles here, one thing that's very important for you is I'm getting the feeling and the sense of you really want to understand why it is that you're seeing the things that you're seeing. Because like I said, these things that you're seeing, they can be scary or frightening for you at times, terrifying even. And you really want to understand why you're seeing the things that you're seeing and what is going on with you and why you're experiencing the things that you're experiencing. Because I do believe another thing too that I am seeing with this Tower card is that you may get a lot of experiences in your waking life as well. Certain things may move around. You may hear certain things. I feel like you get a lot of visuals, more so visuals than hearing. But I feel like for you, like you may see certain things move. You may see certain things out of the corner of your eye. You may look at something and be like, did I just see what I thought I just saw? So yeah, this also may affect a lot of your waking life as well. So one thing that I was seeing with this Eight of Pentacles is that for you really want to understand why you're seeing the things that you're seeing. You really want to be able to, I think that you feel that if you understood what was happening to you, that it wouldn't be so terrifying. And with this Eight of Pentacles, for me, that means that you need to do a lot of work and a lot of kind of like introspective work where you need to spend some time alone, spend some time with yourself, and spend some time with other spiritual teachers. If you know any spiritual teachers, if you know any spiritual people in your life, period, if you know any spiritual people in your life at all, that you could just talk to about certain experiences. Because I do feel as though for you probably keep a lot of these things to yourself, because the things that you see can be kind of dark and can be kind of oppressive sometimes, and can be a little bit terrifying. So I think you probably keep a lot of these things to yourself, and you probably don't tell a lot of people the things that you see, because the things that you see aren't always so fluffy and shiny and, nice sounding. Sometimes the things that you see are very dark and scary and oppressive, and you don't really want to spread that or tell that to other people, because I don't know if that's a fear of you feeling like maybe you might be judged because a lot of the things that you see are the darker things, or if you just don't know who you can talk to, because it's like, these people are going to think I'm crazy, So you might just be a little bit afraid of people's opinions and judgments. And like I said, it could just be you just being afraid of the fact that it's like, the shit that I see is dark. Like, who am I supposed to tell this to? Like, that I see, like, I saw someone's loved one pass away, or it's things that are very heavy things that you see. And I know a lot of the times that people think that when it comes to like spirituality and having their third eye open, it's so fun and it's so exciting, right? And this is one thing that I definitely want to say for my spread here. My pile number 4 is here. Is that a lot of people, they talk a lot about how they want to open their third eye. A lot of meditations and things that I see, guided meditations and things that I see online, are always about activate your third eye, permanent activation with your third eye and your crown chakra. And so many people are focused on these upper chakras, but I don't really see, a lot of people, especially people that are very young or new to spirituality, I don't see a lot of people putting that much emphasis on the lower chakras, especially like the root chakra. The root chakra gets overlooked so much for these, upper chakras like the third eye and the crown chakra. And for me, I definitely want to say that your upper chakras is not the problem. I believe that your upper chakras at all is not the problem. It's your lower chakras that's the problem, particularly the root chakra. The root chakra is what really grounds us. And this is the thing that kind of even rubs me the wrong way, that I see a lot on the internet, is like, people are always pushing, open that third eye, open that third eye. Honestly, I don't even think that that's something people should really focus on until they have that root chakra grounded and centered and balanced, because the root chakra is a grounding center. So what it does is it grounds you in one reality while you're experiencing a different reality. So that the way, when you are seeing these things, when you're seeing these dark things, or having these dark dreams, or having these nightmares, or seeing these dark entities, or seeing people that have passed on, seeing apparitions, when you're seeing these things, they won't terrify you, because they won't terrify you if you have your root chakra balanced and grounded. And that's probably why you're experiencing so much fear, is because that root chakra is imbalanced, or it's not where it needs to be, or it's not activated. And it's so important to get that root chakra going, to get that, I guess you could call it that serpent energy. It sits at the base of the spine, which is where the root chakra is located. And when you get the kundalini, or that serpent activated, and you get him finally moving, that's when he can move on to the rest of the chakras, going on from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, to the third eye, and then the crown chakra. So it's supposed to move from the ground up. And that's why it's so important to have a very strong, grounded foundation, and to be rooted in that root chakra. It's so important to be rooted in that root chakra. That way, when you're experiencing things in those upper chakras and those higher chakras, you're still grounded in your own reality. You're still grounded in the reality that is this 3D plane of existence that we live in. So that the way, when you're having these experiences, you're grounded enough to know and understand, and to be able to say to yourself, okay, what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing right now, but what I'm seeing is an apparition or a vision from the other realm. And it takes away that fear, and it gives you back that power, and it gives you back that sense of control, where it's like, okay, I'm seeing this thing for a reason. I'm observing this thing for a reason. And maybe it's to pass it on to someone else, or to tell someone else, or to warn someone else about something, or to warn myself about something. But you'll be able to take it in a way where it's like, okay, I'm not seeing these things to terrify me. I'm seeing these things to warn me. I'm seeing these things to warn someone else, so that the way maybe someone else can change their course of action, or I can change my own course of action, and in turn I can end up changing this course of events. So you'll be able to kind of take these experiences, and instead of being afraid of them, you'll be able to take them and utilize them to honestly just live your best life. And, if you're seeing apparitions and souls that have passed on, that is because they're trying to communicate with you, because a lot of souls that have passed on, they look for people that can see them. They look for other energies that can see them and communicate with them, so that the way they can communicate with maybe their loved ones that are still here in this incarnation, that are still living. So you may see apparitions and things like that. And if you do, that is because they're trying to give you a message, maybe to pass it on to someone else, or they're just trying to give you a message just to give you a message. But I would definitely say to really focus on grounding yourself within your root chakra. Really focus on balancing that root chakra, because it's really going to take away that fear, and it's really going to give you a sense of peace and control and power, even when you're having these experiences and when you're having these visions. So that the way it won't scare you too much. And I think that it would be good for you to also learn a little bit more about being clairvoyant, because this is clairvoyance here. Being able to see things, being able to pick up on things. I believe that it would also help you to be able to do a little bit of research on clairvoyance, and do a little research on exactly what that gift is, and exactly what that gift entails, and exactly what that gift means. Because I do believe that the more that you work with this gift, and the more that you research this gift and understand it, it will help with that fear as well. And it'll really help to kind of ground you as well within that root chakra. Let me see, what else am I seeing here? I'm also seeing possibly another gift for you as well. And this may only resonate with a very small amount of you, but astral traveling. You may have a lot of out-of-body experiences or astral projections. I'm seeing that as well here with this Three of Wands. You may also be very good with your hands. You may also be very good with different forms of divination. So things like tarot. You may be very, 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 very talented with is tarot. Tarot may kind of trigger certain visions within your mind's eye. That'll kind of trigger that subconscious and give you a feeling of what's going on. So things like with the tarot, things like working with runes, rune stones, things like that. Maybe scrying. Scrying may be an amazing thing for you. Be very research first before you do all of these things, and really be led by intuitively before you get into all these things. For me, I was intuitively led to tarot when I first got into my spiritual journey. I remember having a dream, and that dream telling me, go pick up a tarot, a deck of tarot cards. And that's how I got into tarot. And that's how I kind of spilled into very many different things, and very many different forms of divination. Even things like astrology and scrying and pendulums and things like that. But I was intuitively led into these things, and it really did help me, because I was terrified. I was terrified of all these things at first, and it really did help me to allow my intuition to kind of tell me when I was ready to experience these things. That the way I wasn't scaring myself out of these experiences, and I wasn't scaring myself out of my spiritual gifts. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move on to your oracle cards, and let's just take a look here what we got. So the very first card that we have here is Counselor. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Okay, yeah, so a lot of the things that you're seeing and experiencing, it's probably for you to spread this information and tell this information to other people. The next thing that we have here is all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. Yeah, so really work on that root chakra right now, because all this is supposed to be happening, and all these things that you're seeing, you're supposed to be seeing for a reason. And so that means that these visions are probably not going to stop. And that's why it's so important for you to really kind of work on that, being grounded. That the way you're not really like scared out of these experiences, because these experiences are meant for you. The next one that we have here is Life Review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Exactly. really work on that root chakra, balancing that root chakra out. That's what that means for me. Life review for me is definitely all about, if you are having fear, if you're experiencing fear with these visions and with these experiences, then it's really time for you to kind of like review that root chakra, review why these things are terrifying you. What do you think these things are scaring you about? Is it because you don't understand it? Is it because maybe something that you experienced as a kid or something you saw in the movies? Or is it just something that like maybe you grew up in a certain environment or grew up practicing a certain religion that told you these things weren't okay, or that gave you a certain kind of predisposition about the things that you're seeing and experiencing? What is it about these experiences that's actually scaring you? I think that's a very important thing to kind of map out, and then obviously to really work on that root chakra. The next thing that we have here is study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Exactly. So you studying and researching and understanding exactly why you're seeing the things that you're seeing and what your gifts are is really going to help to ground you and take away a lot of that fear, for sure. The next one that we have here is the ghost dance. And for me, this card kind of means that I do believe there's a lot of energies and entities and maybe souls that have passed on around you. And that might also be why you experience a lot of astral projection and sleep paralysis as well. And then the last one that we have here is summer solstice radiance. And for me, this means that you're so protected by the universe, by the divine. And ask your and if you're having a lot of fear, if you're having a lot of issues with fear and being afraid, make sure that you talk to your spirit guides, talk to your guardian angels, tell them, hey, I need help here. I'm really going through something and I'm really having these experiences that are terrifying the crap out of me. And they will show you in more ways than one that they are with you and that they have got your back through everything it is that you're seeing and experiencing. You are not having these experiences and these visions alone. You're not going through these things alone. They have your back and they are surrounding you and protecting you 24/7. So there is nothing it is that you need to worry about. But really, like even with me saying that, I think it's super important for you to just do your own research and do your own studying with exactly what the spiritual gift is of clairvoyance and being able to see things and being able to get certain visions and things of that nature. I believe is going to be so important, and it's going to be and it's going to really kind of alleviate some of that fear and some of that stress that's put on you because of these experiences that you're having. Okay. So yeah, just pray and ask for guidance, meditate. If you don't pray, just meditate and focus on a white light starting within your heart chakra and then just spreading all over your entire body and completely encapsulating you. That the way nothing can penetrate that white light and nothing can get to you, nothing can hurt you. And just know that you are so extremely protected. The summer solstice for me here, radiance. Anytime I see sun in the tarot, I see protection, and I see protection from the divine. I see divine protection for you. So don't worry, don't be scared. Do your research, work on that root chakra, and just know that all is well. All is well. And you're okay. All right. So thank you guys so much, pile number 4, for tuning in. And I'll be back next time. All right. Bye, guys.